Good morning, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure and we need to read that disclosure very carefully. We started a little bit early today. Uh, Before we start, I'd like to cover what we have here. We are running three different automated trading. If we look at the market analyzer on the left corner here, you will have signals on the first column. I'm not the one who call in those signals. The signals comes automatic with three different automated trade, ATM strategy, and a fully automated trade. And then it gives you the direction and a safe entry as a pullback re-entry where we're gonna be entering the market. Entry price, as an example now, is 2908.75. The target is 291550. And then we are on the 26 ticks from that signal trade. The same story on the NASDAQ. Right now on the last signal here, we have a 27 ticks. The market analyzer is based on one contract only, and a 1 minute. The chart is based on two contract, but the market analyzer is based on 1 minute and one contract. And then it tells you how many ticks is in that trade and the total of that trade, how much it made. At the moment, we are 270 or 281 ticks based on the last signal, not all day long. It's a based on the last signal. The same story comes to the Forex and stock. You can feed your auto trade to take the stocks, 100 stock each or 1,000 stock on each signal, but also it works on the stocks. You can use the fully automated to trade, and you can use the system on Forex. If we look in here at the Forex, we are using the 10,000, which we are using a mini Forex. The blue market analyzer here, it is the scalper. And we use two different scalper. We use a 1 minute and 150 ticks a scalper. And this is your 1 minute and your 150 ticks a scalper. At the bottom here, we do have the swing trading, and I will be showing you some of the swing trading here. Right now, as an example, on the ES 1 minute, we are on that trade, on the swing trading, $800 on that swing trading. None of the system require any optimization or back testing or forward testing. Those, all of them based on a turn on, turn off basis. One of the things I like to highlight on those, for the ones as new, if you look at those area here, those area here is where is the pullback re-entry, where most of the traders make mistakes. They don't understand when there is a reversal or when the market is going short or is running out of a trend and now is short. This is where 90% of amateur trading losing money. On that system here, unlike the normal auto trades, where on the normal auto trade, the auto trade taking left and right, up and down all the time. This is your normal conventional, normal auto trade you have at your system, whether it's from us or somebody else, or even on the scalper in that matter, it's the same story. It's going up and down, and whatever it is a trade, it will be taken trade. On the system here, it is much more advanced, and it is more like as you are trading yourself. It's not like those limited automated trade where it's taken left and right. So on the pullback re-entry, what we see on the market analyzer, those are, sorry, we have a trade on the NASDAQ. Okay, so on the fully automated, you will exit here, and it's done. Okay, on the full automated, that's where you will be exit. On that system here, where those area here, this is where the most efficient on the pullback re-entry, the auto trade, taking those trades, and then if those market hold in this area, that means we're still not thinking short, we are thinking long. Okay, once we cross those areas here, the system is going to generate a new target, a new entry, and the trailing stops is based on floor and fibs. Most of the time, if the market is extremely, this one is going to drag the ES to new signal. Be careful, guys. We're going to have a new signal on the ES. Okay, we exit on one and we left one. This is going to drag a new signal on the ES. So this is an example. This is an ES, and now we are sitting in a very critical area in this ES here. But let me get a cleaner picture for you to understand how those systems work. Those are the critical area. Those are the critical area. As long as we are above those critical area, we're only thinking long, we're not thinking short. So a lot of traders don't understand what is a pullback, re-entry, what is a trend. They get lost in those because they are using a very basic indicators, MACD, double MACDs, ATR, momentum. All those is been around for over 20 years, and they've been tweaked and retweaked and renamed and all this. This here is calculating everything from the high time frame and giving you pinpoint target by itself. I'm not the one who's putting the target for you, and I'm not the one who's generating. I don't want to, if we have a new signal, we need to keep our eye on a new signal in here. So I'm not the one who's giving you the new signal. The signals are here. So as long as this market is above those area here, we're only trying to find a re-entry and taking along. The auto trade go on the entry signal and start taking off. The same thing right now. Immediately when the new signal came out, the auto trade Nasdaq took that trade, and if we notice, it hit the targets by itself. Is always calculating the targets for you. It's always calculating. The difference on this market analyzer, the market analyzer is giving you an entry, target, exit, done. On the chart is updating your targets, and if the trend is going to be strong, it's gonna give you some extension, and you can see how sometimes even your trailing stop pull back, like when you are doing on a manual trade. This is the only system out there. Sometimes the trailing stop pull back a few ticks here and there to get a trade. So this is there's a new signal on the ES. You see it? So you're very welcome to follow that signal or not. This is up to you. If you want to follow any of our system, we strongly advise you to be on a sim. We're not allowed to call a trade for you. So when you see a new signal and you want to take it, you want to follow it on a sim, you're very welcome to follow it on the sim, as long as we're not responsible for your trades. So please remember that. And so right now we have a new entry signal. Is a 913.25 entry price. 2908 is your target. Thank you for all the email from yesterday. For the ones they followed us yesterday, they nailed 1200 based on one contract, and some of them they nailed over 2500 for the ones that were following us on two contracts. So this is very nice, very good. And sometimes once in a while we call the trade for you to show you if there is a potential reversal. I usually add it from my side and tell you there is a trade, but I'm very clear about it when we are calling those trades. So a trader should not be getting lost with anything. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get everything working. I was surprised, and I have not activated anything on my servers yet. So give me a few seconds, please. Okay, I'm not gonna exit this one here right now on the Nasdaq, and this is where the new signal. Everybody got the new signal on the ES, and sometimes we have a pullback. You will see the pullback as well on the ES, and then this is the Nasdaq. We'll see how we'll work on the Nasdaq. Let me see if there's any other trade. There is nothing right now. Those automated trade, you follow, you keep your eye on that side, and then you will get the new signal. I'm not the one who's generating those signals, so I have no control over those signals at all. When there is a new signal fires, when we are on live here, it fires. When it's not, it's not. So as an example, if this Nasdaq is not gonna go anywhere, it's gonna stay here. It's not gonna be any new signal generated, you know. So we have to wait till we get the new signal, because now the Nasdaq is down, and this is where the most critical area on the Nasdaq. We're always thinking short. We're not thinking long. I don't want to get involved with the reversals today, because sometimes I call manually reversal a trade to some of the traders, and we teach how to reverse the market. As long as this market below those areas here, the trailing stop 1 and the re-entry, and the trailing stop 2, this is a major floating fibs. We are only thinking short. Pull back, re-entry, short, despite what the auto trade does. Once this Nasdaq break those area here to the upper side, then we're gonna have a new signal generated, and we will get with that trade. So for the ones that's following us on the ES, you got the new signal from the market analyzer. I'm not the one who's calling the trades. And if you are following on our trades, it is on your own risk. Look, we're not collecting any information. We're not collecting money. We're not collecting email. Some of the days we have outperformed many trading rooms. They charge money for the rooms. So what we are doing here, we are sharing free, trying to help, and we are donating every day 2 hours to normal traders that cannot afford anything, and we appreciate it. That does not fire back on us, So please, if you wanted to follow us, you're very welcome. If you cannot follow us, we wish you the happy trading. But we have helped during those last 3 months. So many traders, they are in trouble and they do not have money to go to a room, and their performance in those rooms, they're no better than ours at all. Actually, we are much ahead from most of those rooms with the trades and the signals. So nobody is doing us a favor here. So we're just trying to giving back to those traders are in trouble at no charge. Okay, so if you want to follow us, you're very welcome, and as long as we respect each other's space on that matter. So on the NASDAQ, the NASDAQ party is over because we have a double support here. For the ones that join us the first time, this is the 2 yellow lines. Those are the dead zone. You have 2 yellow lines on the top here and 2 yellow lines in here, where this is where it's telling us this market is no longer shortable. This means this is a reversal area. And I normally call those reversals manually. Has nothing to do with the auto trade. But today I'm going to skip it because I need to keep my eye on a lot of things. So I'm not going to be calling reversal trades at the moment, but I will try to keep my eye on everything for you here. The YM 1 minute ES, they are amazing. They are really all those auto trades on the 1 minute, the fully swing trading here on this market analyzer. They've been chasing this market, and the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, all of them are into a trade. And I normally use the 1 minute. Of course, we have the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes and the ticks, but normally I show here in the room the minutes. And the reason is because 98% of those automated trade do not work on 1 minute. And when they do not work on 1 minute, that means they are nothing but garbage on your computer. You cannot auto trade rank a bar if your auto trade does not work on a minute. And you cannot use ticks if this auto trade does not work on a minute. And you cannot use range if your auto trade does not work on a minute. For the ones have an auto trade from somewhere else, before you do anything on the range and wasting your weekends, you need to start doing optimization on your auto trade on the 1 minute. Once you see your auto trade start working on the 1 minute, and then you can move on to different time frame. And that's why a lot of them refuge to rank a bar and some kind of range no gap, and there are some tweaking with the minutes line break because they want to cover the problems in their auto trades, and they want to give fake result at the end of the day. Nobody come in doing the trading hours and try to show us all the instruments on 1 minute and show us how is the system working. During those last 3 months, we've been showing bad days, good days, losing trades, winning trades, and this is the way it has to be. Not just at the end of the day showing you a couple of chart made it and hide the rest the chart that were disaster trading. So to keep it friendly in here, we are sharing those information here for help. And whoever like our system, yesterday somebody sent me a link to some company. They charge money and they claim a lot of stuff. And then one of them, the guy is leading that group. He said it was a hell of a day to trade and it was very hard to trade. And then I said, I mean, yesterday it was a piece of cake for us, and we took uh, whoever followed us yesterday made 1,200, and whoever did not follow us, I mean, based on one contract, and the ones they took two contracts and three contracts that went 2,500 and 4,000 by 12 o'clock, and where everybody claiming they are expert, and they lost a lot of. They were struggling with $500 yesterday. So for somebody claiming he's an expert trader and he couldn't nail no more than $500 yesterday, and we were nailing just on the ES 500, just on the ES 500. So that tells us where we are in the trading and the performance, and we are showing everything. So there is nothing um, to be concerned about. As you noticed yesterday, the scalpers, those two market analyzer here on the blue, those scalpers yesterday, they were, you can see that from the video, they were struggling the whole session and they were not making money. As you see today, the 1 minute and the 150 ticks is killing the market today. So what I'm telling you is, welcome to trading. Sometimes you will have good days, and sometimes you will have a bad day, and there is no one in this business is gonna have a winner every single day. That's it's not gonna happen. For the ES, the ones they follow the ES, we had the new signal right there on the ES. Now the ES is sitting right there on the 1325, and the target is 90825. I doubt it very seriously. The ES right now at this condition is gonna nail it all the way to the 2908 at the moment. But I can tell you one thing, that ES, if it's gonna go drop down, it's gonna drop from 1325 to 11. You know, so if you are following that trade, because I'm chasing Nasdaq, Dow Jones, CL, I sometimes I cannot keep up with everything. So if you are following on that ES trade, you gotta have a very light hand, because of the probability you need to close that trade at 2911 even. 2911 even. This is where probably this market is going to be projecting. And if the trend is very strong on the pullback, retesting again, maybe by 12 o'clock we can nail that target. But at the moment, I don't see anything below the 911. This is a bad word, 911, 2911. Uh, so we will see how things is gonna fall on this one. For the YM trading, we had the entry, we had the target. We are in those between those two yellow lines, and it is about to reverse on the YM, and I will try. I have not been able to even activate my servers yet, but I will try. Uh, okay, I'm missing out a lot on this. Okay. Another message, please. I would like to send a message to our members that last week we were gonna cover the B scalpers, a new setting, and I did not cover it all the way. And a lot of traders are following us on the YouTube, and they are skipping the private webinars. And this is not really a brilliant idea because we have some updates, we have some setting. So for and you you know, or some traders that disappear for 3 months. They call me, Sam, come to my computer and update me what happened the last 3 months. I mean, this is a little bit overwhelming. We have a lot of members. So please, it will be recorded every webinar. And if you wanted to, you cannot make it to the webinar, at least trying to update your system, trying to see what's going on, trying to see what kind of setting we have, because we have a lot of potentials on those new settings with the swing tradings, with the scalpers. Uh, we covered a lot about the price action. And I mean, somebody cannot call me after 3 months and he was somewhere else with a different company and telling me right now, come and update me. I mean, I cannot update somebody for 3 months, sitting and chatting for 3 hours, trying to. So please, trying to look after yourself, trying to find out what's going on. As I cannot go around behind every trader, remind him. Uh, and if you don't have the link for Monday's private webinars, you just tell me, send me an email and I will send it to you. Tell me you cannot make it, I'll record it for you. But, we're not sitting in a coffee shop, so you can pick up the phone and tell me, drop everything and come and sit with me for a couple of hours. I mean, this is a little bit out of control. For the new setting, which we will be recovering uh, next webinar, I want to cover the B scalper, how we can take advantage of the B scalper, and it has been very, very consistent on the market order, and how uh, if a trader having a problem cannot read the market before he start, because we're trying to do to let the traders to look at the chart as an example in ES, and telling them before you start the auto trade, at least look at the chart and see where is your levels today on the ES before you start trading or auto trading. It seems like not too many traders can get this message, or not too many traders can read this. Even here on a YouTube, we're trying to explain that when the market gets into those chops, you cannot simply auto trade. Whether you are using our auto trade or somebody else auto trade. Auto trades are not magical, they are based on math. And some auto trades are much better than other auto trades. This is not the issue. But when the market is diving in to problems, it is your problem. It's not the auto trader problem to understand what's going on. And you have to wait maybe on this auto trade. I mean, I know some people, they try to optimize the auto trade that you need to start half an hour before the market's open, or 9:30. This does not work, because I don't know when is the high time. I don't know if it's going to be 9 o'clock tomorrow, or 9:30 tomorrow, or 10 o'clock, or 1 hour before the market is going to spike. Nobody knows when it's going to spike. Nobody knows when this market is going to take a dive. Nobody knows when the market getting chopped. So the only thing, if the trader cannot read those markets here, then of course we have a solution for you. And that's what we want to cover next week, how you can stay profitable even on a choppy market, even if you don't know how to read the market. We took a lot of work from you guys. You don't have to optimize. We tried that optimization for many years, and a guy sit for 6 months, couldn't even optimize. 90% of those guys fell to optimize an auto trade. And when you optimize it, you see you are going to be winner. You put it on Monday to work, you find out it's losing money. because of the instability on that auto trade, because you're not optimizing on minute. You're optimizing on anything but a minute. When you are optimizing on ticks, range, rank bar, you're just wasting time. The only time you can optimize the strategy, your chart is very simple, straightforward. Your chart is on Ninjatrader, is based on minutes. Ticks is very nice. Once you know what is the timing here is in minutes, it's okay to start trading the ticks if your auto trade working on 1 minute. Once you do the optimization on the 1 minute, you can use on any auto trade, any auto trade. Once you can get the optimization working on 1 minute, you can use the same setting on a rank bar, NASDAQ, anything. You can use the same setting on the ticks, on the range, on the rank bar. Then you can move on with a different time frame. As long as this auto trade does not work on 1 minute, you're just wasting time and money, and that is never gonna, that auto trade going to work. Because if you can figure out your auto trade, how it works on 1 minute, then you are set to take any other different time frame. If your auto trade does not work on 1 minute, you just going in the circle for the rest of your life, and you're not gonna get anywhere with that auto trade, whatever you bought it from. Very simple, straightforward. So that's why we are very consistent on the 1 minute. Once we have the 1 minute working, then the whole enchilada on this range, rank, or whatever you want, you can move on with those trades. So this is one of the basic where maybe some people forget to teach the traders about it, and they skip that part. Right now, the ES trade is going south. Welcome to trading. I cannot do anything about it, but we will wait and see. There is a pullback on the ES, and actually, this is a re-entry point. Is the 1325 is a re-entry point, and we'll see how those trades is gonna come out with. Guys, I'm gonna take a 5 minutes break, and when I see outside the auto trades, I mean, actually, even if the ES is the signal is still working on that signal, we are on a 462 ticks for today, and this is really nice. YM 730. The Nasdaq now start. What is the Nasdaq? Okay, the Nasdaq, we already hit those target and we are exiting. So we are waiting on a new signal on the Nasdaq. As long as this Nasdaq below those area here, we will try to find a re-entry. The only time we are going to get a new signal on that auto trade, you get one signal going down short. It's not going to give you another short signal, the auto trade. The auto trade give you one entry and give you one target, and you exit. You're done. Now the second round on that auto trade is going to take a trade when there is a long trade. The advantage of that, when the market goes in a chop, unlike the other auto trades, when the market go in chop, you're not taking the trades. Like a normal auto trade will not dive into the chop, because the mission on that trade or on that auto trade to enter the signal entry, target, done, over. We're done with the short. And as you see, if you've been trading long enough, once this market spikes, go all the way down, target hit. As you notice, after we hit the target on the Nasdaq, there is nothing left. It's going back and forth. Doing this, going back and forth, this is where most of the time the auto trades start losing money. So the auto trade did his job, give you the entry, give you the target, and once you exit, there is no more trade on that. And now we are waiting on a new signal long. The only time we're gonna get a new long signal if this Nasdaq able to cross those area here. As long as this Nasdaq do not cross those area, we are going to re-enter the market short manually. You can enter it manually because the auto traded job is done, is over. Took that trade from the signal to the target, and then is telling you, if we notice, if we say on the Nasdaq, there is a re-entry price on the Nasdaq is 753,175. 75. I tell you where is the re-entry point is right there, right in front of you. 753,175. It's right there. This is your re-entry point on the Nasdaq based on the pullback. So right now the Nasdaq party is over, and I'll try to find, trying to pinpoint reversal. Let me see if I can try to open one of the chart to see if we can get the Nasdaq reversal. If I see anything good, I will call it for you manually. Once we get those two yellow lines here, you cannot take short anymore manually. The reason you cannot take shorts anymore in those area here, I mean, the scalper took a short. Yes, the scalper took a short. That's very fine. But for me, visually, to take a short in that area here is going to be very high risk trade, and it's not going to hold. And most likely, those trades are not valid, or 8 out of 10 is going to be losing a trade if you're going to take short in those area here. Your probability losing on those trades are extreme. Now, the Nasdaq is going down, is going out of the ring. It's very good. It's very short string on the short. Yes, it's very good. I do not have a trade at the moment on the Nasdaq. But if you didn't take those short trade earlier on the signal, it's too late to take any short trade right now on the Nasdaq, because now we are going in a very critical area, and it should not be trading the Nasdaq to the short. This is a play, and you should not be in that game. You should not be in that game with the Nasdaq. This is immediately it's gonna drive you crazy in this area here, because if you take a trade, you might gonna get 10 ticks out of it, but the risk is extremely high in those area here, and I don't want it to encourage anyone to take a short trade. Once we get and dive into those two yellow colors, you should not take in any more short trade, and you should be looking for reversals. So overbought, oversold indicators, they do not do anything for me. It has to be much more. Oh, okay. For the ones who are following us right now, the Nasdaq, there is nothing at the moment, and if I see a reversal, I will be calling that for you. For the ES, the ones has been waiting on the ES trade. Finally, the ES signal kicked in, and the target on the ES is 908.25. You're not going to get it at the moment. So at the moment, keep your eye on the 29.11. If you are on that trade, keep yourself on the 29.11. This is the limitation right now on the ES. There we go. So if you are happy with this trade, close it. Or if you want to stay longer trying to get to the target, very fine. The best things you can do to this one here, do not use an automated dummy trading stop. You just put a buy, safety, one tick below the numbers you entered, and leave it alone. Do not mess with it. If you're trying to grab all the way down here, you see, look, you see how this market came into 29.11? That is going to pull back, and we know that. We called it that 10 minutes ago. We told you about it to be careful. And now, if you close that trade here, it's very fine on the ES. If you have not closed that trade, then you put one tick below this entry number and leave it alone, because this is the projection right now with this double resistant support, and the market, it has to go back a little bit, and then going back and retest the 1050. So I'm very clear about that ahead of time. For the ones they know me, I'm always trying to give you prediction, not what happened or after what happened after the fact. We're always trying to give you a prediction ahead of time, not in the past. And this is the way it has to be. Any guy can see what happened in the past, but to predict the market is a challenge to anyone. So now keep your eye on this one here. If we are crossing the ES right now, it's still struggling. The party is not over on those lines here, folks. It's not. If we are able to break it, we have another bumper at 909, 909.50. We have another bumper to deal with. And then the destination on that one is 9808. Final destination, we'll see. We'll take it from that area here, decide if we want to hit it or close it on the target, or if we want to take it and drag it a little bit more on that trade. Okay, you can see where this ES is struggling, folks. For the ones follow us, the signal was plotted right at the beginning when we started this webinar today. And it was the only signal we had. It was the ES when we first started. So for the ones are following us, this is another round today on the ES like yesterday. And keep your eye on the first column. I cannot keep my eye on everything. So when you see new signal, you're very welcome to. We are sharing with open arms. We are sharing our signal at no cost. You know, we're not collecting information. We're not collecting money. We're not collecting your email. And after what I have seen yesterday, what those guys are charging and all the fake results they are putting out there, you're not going to find anything better than that for free. So I don't know how long I can keep it, guys. Honestly, 2 hours a day is killing me. I don't know how long I can keep it, but I'm going to keep my head low, and I'll try to stay as long as I can on a daily YouTube, but it's not going to be forever, guys. I could be getting bored with it next month. So when I get bored with it, I'm stopping, So I'm trying to educate or give a free education here for free, but I don't know how long I can keep going on a YouTube every single day. It's really costing me a lot with timing and all this. So when I get bored with it, I will be stopping. So it's not going to be forever. Trust me, um, because it's taken away everything from me. Until now, I have not been able to just start my server. I have 4 different servers, and none of them is activated on the server at the moment. So this is because I'm trying to keep my eye everywhere here. So I need to start look at trying to activate some of my servers. I'm sorry. As you notice on the ES, we still on that line here. The second bumper on that is 909.50. Be careful. On this pullback, you should not be worried about, because we have a double resistance. So this is actually a re-entry point. Don't worry about this. I don't want to complicate things. I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can. And at 909.50, we have a little struggling, a little turbulence in that area on the ES. If you are on that trade, hang around and just put one tick. Either you're going to make a lot of money or you'll walk away with one ticket plus. Get it over with. Don't let it get under your skin. There we go. Okay. Let me see if we can find any trade. CL target on the CL has already been hit, and let me see if I can find a reversal on the CL. But the target is already hit and way above the target, so there is nothing we can do. ES, we are already running the ES. No, YM. The YM is already hit the target. It's finished. We are waiting on a new signal. NASDAQ. What is NASDAQ? NASDAQ. We are sitting, waiting. There is nothing on the NASDAQ. So actually, the market is dying on us. There is nothing but ES at the moment. And the other instruments, the gold, Russell, YM, NASDAQ, ES, the 6E and the CL, they're all here, and you will have a new signal in here. Again, I'm not the one who is controlling those signals. It's the automated trading collecting those signals. So now we are sitting on the site, guys, and I'm gonna go ahead, as I said. Okay, the YM on the swing trading 1 minute has hit the target. You can see what is the chop, and nailed 1,345. Okay, there is a new signal on the DAX. A new signal on the DAX, and it is 2208, target 181. So this is a new signal on the DAX. You can follow it if you want to, as long as on a sim. Please do not be careful with your live trading. So this is a new signal on the DAX, and then you will get the other signals one after the other. I'm hoping that this market is about to turn around so we can have a new signal for you guys before 12 o'clock. 5 minutes, and I will be right back. Thank you. One of the things I like to show you guys that even if we are waiting on a signal, does mean you are totally out of a trade. No, sir. If we look at this ES as an example or NASDAQ, the ES re-entry point was 16, 16, 25. It is somewhere around there, the re-entry point. So when you see double resistance in those area here, for the ones that are new, the fully automated trading, the trailing stop is a floor and fibs. It's not a dummy trailing stop on this automated trade. It's not a dummy stop, trailing stop. It is the trailing stop is based on the floor and fibs. The trailing stop one is based on the floor and fibs, where the probability this market is going to project from that number, and this is a high time frame trailing stop. So this is a major trailing stop. Most of the time on any given market, you will find that the pullback re-entry on those numbers, the trailing stop one and the trailing stop two, are 8 out of 10. They are very, very. It's 8 out of 10 winning. So no matter how bad it is, it will be outperforming most of the amateur trading because this is a pullback re-entry. If we are examining what's going on here, it came in exactly where we predicted. By the time this market going up, your MACDs and your ATRs and your momentum is all pointing up. And this is where the traders start making mistakes, where everybody trying to go long, you will be sitting here trying to get short. It is the same story on every given market. If you look at those videos for the last 3 months, every day we've been doing the same maneuver day after day, day after day. So you cannot just dismiss those lines and those numbers. In the same time, they are very friendly use. You follow the signal, you follow the re-entry, and whatever you can get out of it. And the whole idea is to be done trading by 12 o'clock, not to sit till 4 o'clock evening. We should be done by 11:30, 12 o'clock. We're trying to find the spike in this market for today. We're trying to find one trade can bring the bread, $500-$600 based on one contract or two contracts or four contracts, depends on your, and then call it off. This is the same story right now. I want to show to NASDAQ traders. Right now, we are coming to those area here. What does that mean? Re-entry. Re-entry right here, right now. Re-entry, folks. If I can find anything on this. I'm sorry, I keep losing all my charts. There we go. You see? It was a re-entry. And the NASDAQ is going to be back retesting those area again. You have a resistance line. You have a double resistance. And there is one line in between. It's going to take a hell of a buyers to break all those areas on the NASDAQ. So when we call that trade right there, I'm not trying to add ticks at the end of the day and tell you, look, I made you 100 tick or 20 ticks. I'm not doing this. But when I'm calling a trade for you to follow it on a sim, you do. And I'm showing you that we can predict the market ahead of time. That's all what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to collect ticks and then brag about it at the end of the day. Today you might make 100 tick, and tomorrow you might make 20 ticks. And there's nothing in the market the same numbers every day. If we want to look at the clean chart, those are your $35 zone. If we want to look at the Nasdaq clean chart, we call that trade short. We have a projection at 79.25. So this is an idea for a scalping. In order for this Nasdaq to break those area, we need the really the ES to start taking off, encouraging. The ES is on the same place, so nothing is gonna happen to the Nasdaq. It's gonna drive you crazy. And let me prove it to you. If we look at the Nasdaq right now on the scalper, without a doubt, those scalpers are amazing. Without a doubt, whether you are using a market order or you are using a limited order, they are amazing. And if you follow those market analyzer scalpers, you will be amazed how many ticks you can get out of them. But right now, you can see the Nasdaq is struggling on the scalpers for a reason. We cannot say the scalper is not working when can nail $1,400 for today based on two contracts. We cannot say this is not good. It's very good, and this trade is struggling for a reason, not because the auto trade is not good, because it's sitting this Nasdaq in an area, and now the Nasdaq is getting caught in this channel here between the resistance and support, and that is going to cause a problem to any kind of auto trade get in. And you can see now it's going yo-yo up and down between those area here. They are an ideal for scalping and getting a few ticks here and there. They are very good, but those trades short exit here somewhere around the what is my chart around the projection, because this one here now is going to drive you crazy between the projection and the resistance. The resistance is a 96.25 and the projection is 79. And right now we are at 1036. It's too early for this market to go sideways, but we do not control this market. The market is sideways and there is nothing we can do about it. But those are an idea for scalping, getting a few ticks here and there, but to use right now the Nasdaq for swing trading, there is no swing trade on the Nasdaq right now. Despite which time frame you are using, there is no swing trading at the moment on the Nasdaq until we cross those area here and we get a new signal. As long as this Nasdaq is not crossing those area here, we're only thinking short. We're only thinking short until we identify trend, pullback, re-entry. As long as this market is not able to break those area here, now we're only thinking short and short only. So this is where you need, most of the traders, they make let me see, there is some of our members sending me a message. Okay, for anyone, if it's any of our members have questions, you just lay it on the Skype. We'll be more than glad. For the ones start asking for the link for members webinars on Mondays, please try to come in on Mondays to see what kind of updates and what kind of setting we have, and see if your system is updated to the, I mean, we send out memo for updating, but I mean, maybe it goes into the spam or something. So please try to look after you. For the gentleman from UK, I strongly advise you, sir, to delete all the old. We have a new signal on the 6E. You see it? We have a new signal on the 6E. An entry price 175.15. Target is 176.60. So you just saw the new signal on the 6E. I don't have it, sir. So it's much better if you go ahead and delete everything, delete the NT8 file from your document and install it, put a fresh installation, and it will be my pleasure to come in and install for you the NT8. But let's have an NT8 clean. So this NT8 platform is a bit fragile, and sometimes you might, we all have experienced some bad experience. So, uh, like what we have done yesterday on NT7, I strongly advise you to get the NT8 fresh. There is nothing in it, and we will do the installation for you once we are done with this webinar today. Okay, for the ones that are trying to scalp also the market, you can follow when there is a trade. As an example, right now on the 30-year Treasury bond, there is on based on the 1 minute, there is a short trade right now, market order. You can do that, and this is based on a 2 contract. So also you can follow any signals come in from the scalpers. They are very useful when we are stuck in this channel right now on the ES or NASDAQ. You can see there is not much to do right now on the NASDAQ and ES. As long as this ES and NASDAQ got stuck on that channel here between support and resistance, as you see it right now, this market is not going anywhere. And this is where most of the traders start losing money. They cannot read. This market is stuck in this box right here. As long as this ES is stuck in that box, you should not be trading ES at the moment until those big guys figure out which direction they want to yank that ES to. And I have no idea where they're going to take it. Technically, from the technical side, this ES is overdue right now, and we should be getting a new signal. A beautiful run on the Nasdaq earlier today. I have no clue. We hit the target, so there is not much to do. The Nasdaq is up and down, getting stuck, and this is where most of the traders start making mistakes and taking a trade, and they start losing money. So that's why you should be sitting on the side at the moment with an ES and a Nasdaq because they are stuck in those channels, and the market is sideways. But what we can do, we are about to have a new signal on the ES, and we probably gonna have a new signal on the Nasdaq, and I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I'm not calling any reversal trade today because sometimes I'm busy. I don't see all the trades on the market analyzer. Also, what you can do, as an example, right now, we just had a short trade on the scalper, 2 short trades on the scalper, and you can see it immediately. We have a CL also a trade, so you can follow those trades if you want to. Or if you want to stay with the signal, you are very welcome to stay on the signal. And seems like we're about to get a new signal on the ES, and keep your eye on the ES and keep your eye on this column. It seems like we're about to have a new signal on it. Let me see the NASDAQ. I keep losing my charts. I'm sorry, guys. We used to have them in tabs here, but at the bottom here, I used to have all the charts in tab. And if you go back from last week or the week before, for some reason, I noticed on NT8, when I have so many charts here on the tab, is taking a lot of energy from your computer or from the NT8, which I have the latest i9 processor, and tons of RAM. So my computer, there is nothing wrong with my computer, that's for sure. It's the latest of the latest and it's the best of the best. But when I'm putting all those instruments here, I felt like the NT8 start getting heavy. So that's why now I'm struggling to find all my charts, because I try. And since when I separate them, I have the NT8 much smoother to deal with, and that is also easier for me if I need to highlight any instruments. I don't need to keep going back and forth to it. We're maybe gonna have a new signal on the ES right now, so we are struggling on that area here at 1450. We will have the same struggle around 1575, but there is no long trade, guys. As long as we are below those numbers, we are still thinking short pullback re-entry. So we just wait on the new signal on the ES, the best way, and keep your hands off the mouth and not to trade and get into trouble. So this is so this way we can get to 12 o'clock. Everybody happy. I don't remember we had a bad day in here. Even when we are going live, I don't remember we had a bad day following the market. Sometimes the market was bad, but we never had a bad day. So when we say to stay or keep your hands off the market, guiding you for a reason, and this way we're not getting in trouble. I don't want to dig into the ES or the Nasdaq anymore for trade. I will be waiting on a new signal and stay out of trouble. Actually, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry for the CL traders today. They were left behind. I'll try to dig the CL if I can find it. You see, what is this ES? I don't want to deal with it anymore. We need to see this ES breaking those area here. So to stay away from the Nasdaq and ES, please, until we get the new signal. Nobody said you have to keep trading. Um, when you don't see anything good to trade, then stay on the side and protect yourself. You should not be say I have to trade right now. When the market is not opening doors for us, we need to sit on the side, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're waiting on a new signal, and right now this market is sideways. And there is no more news for today, so There's nothing left for today concern us with the news. We're okay. We'll see. If we look at the Nasdaq, guys, it is in a very, very bad area to take shorts anymore. I know it's not, but those shorts, when you are taking short in on those area right now, uh, I can call those trades for you, but I don't want to do that because 8 out of 10 those trades are high risk. And even if the Nasdaq now, you can see there is a lot of sellers, which is going to push the Nasdaq a bit down. But those are not tradable areas to take a few ticks here and there. Those are not safe entry anymore. I'm a very conservative trader, and technically, the ES and the Nasdaq, you cannot manual trade it, neither automated trade anymore. Even if you are auto trading, you will be causing some damage to your account if you are on a live trade because there is no direction right now. And the spike is over on the Nasdaq for today. Normally, the market spikes once a day. Very rare it spikes 2 times a day. And we have a very nice at the beginning the session where it made over $1,000 on 2 contracts, and it was a beautiful trend going down. But right now, this movement, if we examine those bars a little bit more, we'll find out there is no trades, and this is nothing but losing trades. So you can imagine how many traders here from those area after we said no more. How many traders took long and short, and they're both lost money? You know, so this is a very serious matter to understand when to stop and when to start again. So stand heaven and auto trade. If we want to take Nasdaq, stand heaven and auto trade, taking left and right trade. Some they're gonna be good, and some then they are going to really. The reason that swing trading is still making money because he's still on that trade long time ago. He's still on that trade from 1006. Okay, so he's not trading here. He's all the way up here. So no matter what you are getting out of that, is because you are already in that trend. But for a guy right now wanted to take a trade on the Nasdaq, he will have a problem. Whether you are manual trading or you are automated trading, you will have a problem on your trade. You know, and the biggest proof to show you, if we look at the scalpers right now, they're all in red. They are struggling market. And now they start, little at the time, they start giving up all their profit for today, and the market start biting your profit little bit at the time until you become flat. And the reason is that areas now is done, is over, it's not tradable. You can see immediately there is a lot of red on the trades, a lot of a chop market. This is where you need to go get yourself a fresh coffee, wash your car, do something else, and leave this alone until we find a direction. And sadly, this is where a lot of traders do not see that, and they just look at numbers. That's very nice to just look at numbers, but also it's very nice to understand what's going on in that trades and why. Um, if this auto trade is not making money, does I mean we can open a chart to see why it's not making money, and the 1 minute really reveal the real story behind it. If you have it on a rank bar, you cannot see those. So right here is a chop from 1024 until now. We are still diving into chop market, and this is not a tradable for swing trading at all. So the best way is to stay on the side, really, on this market. This is really the best way to do it. If we look at the 150 Texas scalper, is nothing but losing trades at the moment. This is the biggest proof for you that it is a problem, and now the market is not really helping uh, because the market is in chop, and a little at the time we start losing our profit for today. This is really um, the biggest problem that traders should know when to stop. Again, the ES, if it's gonna go anywhere, we're gonna go back to the 11 2911, and then it stops. So there is nothing in it on the Nasdaq. Let me see the Nasdaq. On the Nasdaq, it's gonna drive you crazy, this Nasdaq, and there is no more trades on the Nasdaq. Probably it will be somewhere around 69 level. There is no support areas here, but this is in a very critical area to take short anymore. So leave the Nasdaq alone and protect your profit. Okay, I'm gonna be sitting on the side, waiting on the new signal, and if there's any of our traders have a technical question about the trade here only, you let me know. I will respond on your Skype. We are waiting on the Nasdaq and ES to give us a new signal, and seems like that we are getting out of the chop, and we're about to have a new signal very soon on the Nasdaq and Dow Jones, on the Nasdaq and an ES. Today we have skipped the CL trader, and this market on the CL has nothing to do with the auto trade. I'm trying to explain the. I'm trying to get you reversal for the CL trader, but right now I cannot call that one a reversal. The reason is we have a really support line at 70.52, and that is gonna drive the traders crazy. And if we, if you've been following us every day, we said between 11 and 12 we get the target one and target two, and we already did the target one, target two. But I cannot call this one a reversal. If you want to take a reversal, it has to be somewhere around 70.95 reversal, 70.95 reversal. If you want to take that reversal, is on a sim only, and it will be um, uh, a very good entry for a reversal. We're waiting on the Nasdaq. It's a matter of time. We are getting a new signal on the ES and Nasdaq, and I will be covering those the minute we get signal. We're about to have a new signal on the ES, and let's see if we're gonna get a new signal on the Nasdaq as well. It seems like we are about to get a new signal, so get ready for it. We need to cross this area. There we go. A new signal on the Nasdaq, a new signal on an ES. Your entry price 29.16 on the ES, exit at 29.20. The signal on the Nasdaq is entry price 501.50, target 525.50. On the pullback re-entry, you have 29.16 as a re-entry and 75.0150 as a re-entry point. So right now we are into those trades on the Nasdaq and ES, and there we go. For the ones who are following us on the ES, you are already 175, and also on the Nasdaq you are already 150 based on one contract. If you are using the automated trade, you should be exiting at 2050. If you are happy with it, you can exit at 2050. Resistance line, final destination 2150, and we will take it from there once we get to those area. So on the last signal, we have 6 ticks on the ES. We have 22 ticks on the Nasdaq. For the CL traders, I just want to make sure I got your numbers right. You see, as expected on the CL, That's why I didn't call the reversal, because I knew it, the 70.54 is going to be problem. So what we are doing, we're going to take it all the way from up here out of the band. And I have covered those many weeks ago live here in front of you. So if you wanted to take a reversal, there is a lot of money in the reversal. This has nothing to do with your automated trading here, neither the scalper or the swing trading or any of those. Those are just manual, visual call and trade. If you want to follow on that on a sim, I will put a short trade at 70.95, a short trade on the NASDAQ. Do not take it from here, folks. The reason is we have a very thick wall at 70.53, and the second target here, this is a very chop area. You should not be taking any trades in those area here. Which on the CL, if we want to look at the automated trading on the CL, the CL is still on that trade on the automated trading. This is the CL and is already nailed on this last trade, 1460. Fair enough, but if you wanted to close or if you are swing trading, you can leave it alone and let the auto trade close it. Or if you are automated trading the CL today on the swing trading, if it gets to the 94, close it manually and take a short trade manually. You can afford one small trade in there. We are expecting, if we take in a short trade from that area, we are expecting. Have you noticed, guys, after we called the ES yesterday and we said it was over, the whole day after we left around 12 o'clock, the ES did not do anything yesterday, if you remember. So we are expecting, if you go short on the 94 level, you need to exit around 70.28, 70.27 or 28 should be the exit area on that one. So very slow process. On the uh, NASDAQ, I didn't have the auto trade activated on it, but we had the entry. The problem with the NASDAQ right now, we have this double resistance causing a problem on the NASDAQ, but the entry is very fine. And once we break it, it's very tight today. The target is what you see on the market analyzer. You can follow. The target is 24.25. This is your exit on that trade. So now we cross those short areas, and now there's nothing but long on the ES and NASDAQ. You should not be taking any short trades on the NASDAQ and ES at the moment. There we go. We're lifting on this. The ES is about to hit the target, and the NASDAQ as well. Now the last stop on the NASDAQ is right there. This is struggling on the 15.25, but we're about to break. And then we are about to hit the target at 24.75. We still have a small bumper at 21 level, and then we are hitting a final target at 24.25. 57 ticks into the last signal on the NASDAQ, and 7 ticks on the ES. We still don't have a new signal on the RTY, on the Russell. And the 30-year Treasury bond, we don't have any new signals either right now. Or maybe it did when I was gone. I'm not sure. I don't know if you remember when we had the signal on the 6E. Already 9 ticks, 10 ticks on that trade from the last signal. And I don't remember which other signals we have. The CL, I don't think so. We got a new signal on that one yet. Target already hit long time ago on the CL. NASDAQ, a little bumper on the way. On the keep your eye on the 75, 15, 25. This is where the problem is coming from on the NASDAQ, but the target, we should hit the target. So really sideways market. If you have not got the entry trade on the Nasdaq, you're very welcome to take that one. It's 502.75. Follow on a sim, please. We're not responsible for your live trade. So 503 Nasdaq, or in that area here, market order on the Nasdaq is very fine. If you have not took that trade, take that trade here. There is not much on that trade. I try to, visually call a trade or two. There is not much in that trade, but that will not leave the trader go home empty if he come in late today. So he will not leave empty-handed. You have an option to close at 509, or if you wanted to do a plus one take and then go back and close it at 14 level. 75.14 level, you can close it, or you can close it on a scalping 509.25. And if you can afford to take more than one contract, you take one more here, and then both of them are there, sell right there. Two contracts you can do, sell. This is one of the things you can always do, is then taking two contract. If the first contract did take off, we are okay with that. If the second, or if we are gonna, the market is gonna go against us, then at least, look, we can average the price on those two. So this is for the guys that have more than one contract. Do not enter two contract in the same spot. This is very nice to do it this way, and then hide your two stop loss behind those lines. Because if this market going against you and you get filled here, so you average the price around 99.25, you can always get out of it. Not always, but most of the time. So this is like a safety, and we have another backup for that entry here. There is a thick wall for the Nasdaq. So in case if this market did not hold on those lines, then I'm sure it's gonna hold on that lines here, not unless if there is a big sell off, which is gonna break all those areas, which sometimes it happen in the market. But the way this market is going right now is 11:30. Those lines should hold, and there is two options. You can take it exit is 509.25 or 14.25 exit on those two trades. and I will leave it a little bit here on the side so you can monitor those trades. I'm sure you have follow on those here. Okay. Folks, that's all what we have for today. The market just died on us, and there is nothing to do anymore. It seems like getting closer to lunch hour, and the market is not doing anything. We got filled on the second one. You see that? So that's good. So the first trade will be, this is how you need to do it. And then the second one right there. This is a very, very nice uh, trade. Instead going two contract in the same time, we can spray them out. There we go. We nailed a huge ticks when we first started today, when the market was moving. And this one here, you will not leave empty-handed from us today. Probably this is better than when you are trading by yourself. I'm not worried about the ES because this is what we've been covering for many weeks. It's a pullback re-entry in those area here, but there is no short trade. We still in the long position and a long trade. So, and the Nasdaq, we're taking off little at the time. There is nothing much, guys. Today is finished. It's over. I want to say thank you very much for joining us today. And if you somebody is asking to stay on the Nasdaq, okay, we'll stay on the Nasdaq. If you like us, give us a thumb up, please. We'll be grateful. We're not asking for money. We're just asking for your support. And sure, you're very welcome. I will stay with you on that trade. And then you spray them out this way, my friend. There we go. That was gonna give you a couple $100 for today before you leave, and whatever you made earlier today, you're done. That's probably, if you notice how we sit on the side for over an hour because it was no trade. And it is very easy when somebody able to guide you and tell you there is a problem here and there, then, not because somebody is smarter than you, just because he has sit behind the computer longer than you do. But everybody can learn how to trade, guys. Just try to develop your own trading. For those here, you almost nailed a couple $100 on those trades. And that's also whatever you nailed earlier today. This is going to put in your, uh, you take the first trade at 509.75. And the second trade is 1450. Look at this. Beautiful. $300 before you go for lunch. It cannot get any better than that. It's gonna be a nice juicy steak. Okay, two more ticks away to close. If you're happy with those $300, guys, just go ahead and close it. You know, close it at 509.75. Some of the traders, they're not even members. They've been following us and they've been sending me emails telling me how much they are making every day from us. And I like to also get feedback on today. Uh, the reason I don't keep numbers, because those guys, they want to keep ticks and everything. Uh, and most of those numbers they keep, and they say we made 100 tick today, and they're all false numbers because they want to sell. We are doing it here for free, so I don't need to impress anyone. We're just helping the traders. So I'm not selling a trader room, or I'm not telling you to come and follow me and pay me uh, $500 every month. We are sharing our signal for free, but it's out of curiosity. I like to see the traders' results, not my results. My results, I know my results for today, but I don't want to sit down and brag about my results. I prefer to see what the other did. Okay, so my results are here. I know what I have done, but I don't want to impress anyone with my results. I want to see this guy sitting on the other guy's side results. Okay, so uh, I prefer, I like to just, I don't want you to just tell me, whoever has followed us today. I like to know, uh, just like to measure to see if wasting 2 hours, is it helping anyone or not, and that's all, you know. So we don't want it to sit down and impress anyone, you know. We just want to know the other side, how it's been receiving the signals and what kind of performance that trader is sitting on the other side, which all of you have experienced. When you go to a room, they claim they made 100 ticks today, and you've been following him on those trades, and you never see where's those 100 ticks made from. So that's fine. That's fair enough. So here we're not selling anything, but I like to know how we are performing. And we have some people are not even members. They don't even have a system. They just follow us in here. And actually, they are very impressive. They've been sending me emails and telling me, Sam, I did this and this and this. Thank you very much, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to sit down and brag about my numbers. I want to see the traders' numbers, and they are all confidential. I'm a very private person. So, I like to go eat my steak in peace. I like to be on the beach in peace without anybody talking to me about trading and FIPS. So I'm a very confidential guy and a very private person. So if you're sending me what you are made today, it's not going to be public. And I'm happy for you if you are making money. I'm not. That's why I'm here every day, 2 hours trying. So and uh, and if I don't like also anyone to interfere with my business, but if something I have missed to explain in here, or if somebody got misguided by any kind of signal we have given, you highlight it for me. So because I don't want this room to be uh, just a guy bragging about ticks. The whole idea is education. So for those guys followed us on the last trade, you nailed the $300, 330, and now you are taking the first trade out. This is a $350 in your pocket, and nobody is asking you to share. Look, 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 look at this one. Look at this piece of crap. This one tick. Oh man. No matter what you do in this business, the market always get under your skin. No matter what you do, look how we put the sell order, and look how this market poke on us all the time. But before lunch, I mean, this is I try to call one or two trades a day visually, and the rest you can follow the signal. The reason I don't want to keep calling the trades because the whole purpose from this on the YouTube is education, not calling the trades. So, oh man, that pisses me off right before lunch. Folks, give us a thumb up if you're happy with us, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you. God bless you. See you tomorrow at 10 Eastern Time. Bye for now.